TED Talks, brought to you by Erbs and Gerbs. Go online and check out their delightful sandwich menus and soups. Order yourself something today.
Ted Swetzler back with another weekly TED Talks Twins from at TL Schwartz on Twitter, at Twins Daily. It was a up and down week for the Twins over the last handful of days here. They ended up taking a series win against the Pirates over the weekend. They probably should have swept a team that bad, but did drop the Saturday contest. Dallas Keuchel came out and shoved on Sunday, took a perfect game into, I believe, the sixth inning, or maybe even the seventh inning, I believe. Was great, earned himself probably another start look this weekend against the Rangers. They did go on a 2-day road trip to Milwaukee and dropped both contests, and neither of them really felt like they should have been in a position to lose. During the Tuesday game, they answered 2 early runs with 2 of their own and then got up in the 4th. Unfortunately, because the front office did nothing for the bullpen either over the offseason or at the trade deadline, Dylan Floro comes in after Bailey Ober is lifted at just 78 pitches. Rocco Baldelli talked about limiting his pitch counts. He has flown by his career totals at this point, but Ober did start a little bit ugly and then had retired 8 straight and was lifted for Dylan Floro, who has basically been a mirror of Jorge Lopez, who he was traded for before the deadline. Gives up a bunch of runs, 5 runs, 6th inning. Twins can't come back. And then on Wednesday, they lose 8-7 in extras, despite having been up 5-1. They allowed, not 5-1, but they took the lead 5-3 in the middle innings, got up 6-3, and then just gave the game away. It was a hot and sticky one in Milwaukee, but asking Joan Duran to have to go 2 innings, some terrible bunt execution by Michael A. Taylor, bad fielding by Michael A. Taylor, just led to a loss that really did not need to happen. Now Minnesota comes home for 4 games with one of the best teams in the AL in the Texas Rangers. They are losers of 6 straight at this point. However, you can imagine they are looking forward to getting a Twins team that has been 2 steps forward, 1 step back basically all year long. And Minnesota will see Mitch Garver again in the contest. Bruce Bochy will be managing for the first time at Target Field over the course of his career. Really, this stretch, starting with Milwaukee, kicked off a 15-game stretch that probably determines the Twins' season. Right now, they still sit 4.5 or 5 games ahead of Cleveland. I believe it's 4.5 with Cleveland being suspended on Wednesday. But 15 games to really determine their season. They had 2 with Milwaukee. They have the 4 with Texas, and then go to Texas for 3 more. And they play Cleveland 6 times in that stretch. So they are in a spot where they can create some substantial distance, or they could give it back, or they could just rip days off of the calendar. Either way, it's a very critical stretch for Minnesota. The Twins host a handful of bottom feeders, or play a handful of bottom feeders to end September. So really it is here where the division will be won or lost. Yet to be seen if they can bounce back against the Rangers, or if the Rangers come in angry and just take it to Minnesota. But this is really a spot where the Twins have to get things going and trend towards wrapping up a postseason berth. So we will check back in next week.